So hi, this is Mike from Helium Street, and today we're going to go through and we're going to take a little tour of the countryside, and we're going to take a look at how various 8 helium hotspots are performing. At Helium Street, we use CalChip rack hotspot miners. They're a great unit, and that I think that you have a choice of about 4 or 5 right now off the Helium website that you can find access to. CalChip happens to be one that we looked at early on. We purchased 2 units, and then we purchased another 6, and we're going to purchase another 10 here very soon. So we like CalChip, great customer service. We highly recommend them, but of course there's a lot of other manufacturers out there. But let's go ahead and dig right into this then. The idea here is that we're going to look at basically pull an average of various hotspots throughout the country, and we're going to put those averages in, or those numbers in, to develop an average, and then we're going to use a spreadsheet that we developed to try to forecast what the, where are we with our investment, then what are we with our reward, the reward being the HNT token itself, and then what that token's trading at currently, what that kind of revenue would be over a 1-year period, and then look at what our ROI would be for it. So let's go ahead and dig right in, and we're going to try to find some examples of different hotspots kind of in a random way. So we'll go ahead and pull up, we'll just go ahead and kick in the United States first, and then we'll go over into Europe and we'll pull a few of them from over there. So where are we right now? Where would we like to go? Well, why don't we go down here into the New Orleans area? I've been wanting to take a look at those areas. This looks like there's a cluster of them in this area. We're going to go ahead and just grab one right in the middle and see how it's performing. Alright, so this hotspot looks like it's communicating to quite a few. This happens to be a higher performer. This would be, I would say, above average. It looks like it's communicating in 360 degree range of itself, and it's also reaching out to what appears to be some units that are pretty far away. So this is a unit that's got some strength to it. So this one's coming in at 10.07 over a 24-hour period. In 30 days, that math adds up pretty good, somewhere close to 300 HNT in 30 days. And over a 1-year time frame, which isn't a full year for this unit because it doesn't look like they got online until probably somewhere in the range of late October, because it shows in the full month of November they kicked butt with 574 HNTs. So we'll just go ahead and pull that 10.07 into our average here. Maybe we'll grab another one in the same area. Yeah, this happens to be a high performer as well. You can tell that right away because it's connecting to a lot of different units. Strong Hazel Viper. So Strong Hazel Viper is coming in very similar, somewhere in the range of 10 over a 30-day period, 451. You can see that it's had days that have performed extremely well at 25, and some of the more conservative days coming in at 7, 10.35. Another day at 7.65. So I think we can easily say that we can input this 10 as the average for that specific unit. So we'll go ahead and put that in. Got a couple 10s here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at another unit. Let's get out of that area, and we'll go back to the overall coverage map again. And all right, so we'll go ahead and grab Boise. Look at this unit. This unit doesn't look like it's got a lot of units too close to it. And we'll see how well it's performing. All right. As we kind of suspected, it doesn't look like it's got any of the yellow leader lines coming out of it, so this one's not performing very well at all. It looks like this one's only coming in at 0.16 HNT over a 24-hour period. This is a really good example, though, of a unit that's not been optimized. You can see that, day after day throughout a 1-month period, it's not performing at all, and then all of a sudden, it got some legs here, but still. You have days of 2.44, which is the highest in this last 30-day period, which is very poor. I would not say that this is indicative of a performing hotspot. This one's probably in the basement somewhere. So let's go ahead and bypass that one as an example. Let's go grab this guy right here, Wonderful Orange Robin. See how well it's performing. All right, well, Wonderful Orange Robin's communicating to 2 hotspots, which isn't great. It's coming in at 2.06. It's not a high performer, but in the last 30 days it's accumulated 240 HNTs, which isn't shabby if you consider the fact that even this low performing hotspot is going to pay for itself very soon. Well, in fact, it paid for itself in the first month easily. We're going to go ahead and put in 2 on our average just so that we can get a good cross section of units. Let's stay in the same area and let's pull this one right here. This one's Quick Green Mantaray. Let's see how well Quick Green Mantaray is performing. All right, so basically this is a hotspot in basically the same area as the previous one, and it is performing much better. I would say that this is a great example of a unit that's been optimized. You can see that it's communicating to units all in 360 degrees of its center. In the last 24 hours, it's pulled in 8.19. In the last 30 days, 261, which that math adds up to me. I get it. So we're going to go ahead and use this average, and it looks like this one didn't go online until February, early February probably. So off to a great start with Quick Green Mantaray. Good job. 8.19. So we'll go ahead and put 8 as contributor to our average here. All right, well, we'll go ahead and dig in around Portland, just west of West Haven, and we'll see how Massive Inky Cyborg is performing. All right, so Massive Inky Cyborg is performing to 2 hotspots. 3, pretty consistently. I would appear that these 2 right here, just something to mention here, these guys are way too close. When you have 2 hotspots that are less than 300 meters apart from each other, those 2 between themselves will not perform well, but it doesn't appear to be hurting Massive Inky Cyborg. So in the last 24 hours, this unit has mined 1.02. In the last 30 days, 114. So this math adds up to me. Not a great performer, but you know what? Let's go ahead and put that into the average just so that we're above board here. So 1. How about Beaverton? Let's go ahead and grab this guy just north of the center of Beaverton. Funky Brick Spider. Okay, it doesn't look like there's a lot of activity with the Funky Brick Spider, but we'll see. Yeah, this is another one that's not been optimized. I would not probably put this one into our average. It looks like there had been months where this hotspot has performed very well. 1,459 in that specific month, 1,700 in that month, but it appears to have steadily declined over time, to where now it appears that this is a unit that's been moved and put in a poor location. So I'm not going to use that as an example at this point in time. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a different one in a different area. How about this guy, just west of Garden Home? Perch. Old Scarlet Perch looks like it's communicating to a couple here just around the Raleigh Hills area. Again, this is another one that's not performing well. It looks like this guy went online somewhere around November, probably sat around and never really got installed, or never got put near a window, and then finally did and got 84 HNTs in that specific month, and then it was moved again. So not a great performer, right? I mean, 0.25. I mean, let's go ahead and add that in, 0.25 per day for that guy. And of course that brings our average down, but we're doing this random, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll go over here to this area. Oh, Fantasy Glossy Hyena. See how that guy's doing. So it appears that this one's a little bit better performer, right? So this is an example of a hotspot that's got a decent antenna on it. I'm quite sure of it. He's reaching all the way across the river there and through a very, very dense neighborhood. So this has gotten up above the roofline, probably on a home, or just at the roofline of a home instead of sitting at a window, right? So this has got a decent antenna on it, and we'll see how well they're performing. So yeah, better than the others, right? 3.62 in the last 24 hours, 263. I think that number is a little bit low, that 3.62, but we're going to go ahead and use it for input into our average. So 3. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pull a few more in another area, and maybe we'll go over to the... Alright, so let's grab this guy, Virtual Chiffon Cougar. See how well it's performing. Alright, well, so it looks like it's connecting to a few more. This is another one that's been fairly optimized. Coming in at 5.49 in 24-hour period. In 30 days, 827. I would say that 549 is a little bit low. If you look at these specific days, I think we're looking at somewhere in the range of 30 HNT, say maybe 25 on average for the various days and last. I think that this is not a good representation of what they're doing on a daily basis here. I'm going to pull the average out of this at, let's just keep it at 20. How's that sound? All right, so let's go ahead and pull another one. Maybe pull ourselves out of there and go to the other side of this. All right, Lucky Rogue Mule. What did Lucky Rogue Mule do? Okay, well, this looks to be another higher performer. Right? In the last 24 hours, 1.97, but in the last 30 days, 514. So the last 24 hours is not a good representation. So if you look at, we're looking at somewhere in the range of 15 to 20 on average, I would say. So let's go ahead and pull 15 out of this one. Pull any out of Europe yet, so why don't we do that? Why don't we just at least pull one? Let's see where we go. All right, so we're in the UK right now, it looks like. Where should we go? Okay, so let's just pull this one right here, just random. All right, another low performer. So we're going to go ahead and pull that 0.21 out. All right, so you can see we have a pretty wide range here out there that are performing better, and there's a lot of units that are performing worse. But if you can see what we did here, I think that 6.9, we'll just go ahead and round that up to 7 for now. And we're going to go ahead and go into our calculator and see what kind of performance we would get that level of daily HNT. So this spreadsheet was set up basically assuming that you would purchase between 1 and 10 units. The cal chip price currently for the hotspot is $345. I highly recommend a 8 dBi rack antenna with a 5 meter cable for $75. We have our Amazon roof bracket that we purchased for $15 that comes with the clamps and so on. That's a great buy, and we'll show you what that looks like, and we'll put links to that in the description section of this video and other videos, so you can get affiliate type links and discount codes for all of these products in the description section of our Helium Street videos. You can see the total cost of one unit is $435. I add another unit, the total cost is $870. I add a third unit to my arsenal at coming in at $1305. So you can see this is an accumulation of units. So Helium Street, we currently have 8 units on order, which will be received in the next couple of weeks, and then we will be placing an order for another 10 very soon. So we'll have a total of 18 units coming online here in the next month or two. And so this is the way this works. It shows what your investment would be here, and then it shows basic estimation of how many HNT that you think you're going to mine on a daily basis. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put 7 in there because that was what our study showed us today. And then our HNT value. Currently, HNT is trading at $4 per token. So we'll go ahead and assume that it's running about in that range. But just for the sake of argument, let's go ahead and cut that in half, and we'll call it $2 per HNT. We factor in what the cost for electricity in 1 year, and also which is basically $18.25 to run 1 unit for 1 year, and so that just gets moved out depending on the number of units you have as the total investment. So if I've got 10 units online, I'm going to pay $182 a year for electricity, which is really practically nothing. And we also factor in a rental fee, a rental or a location fee. So if we can't just use friends and family to install our Helium hotspots, we need to go to local businesses and pay to put our unit and our antenna on their roof, or our unit inside their building with a wire that comes out onto the roof. This is just a basic estimation of $20 per month per location. This would show what the profit per year would be based on these factors, and then it shows what the ROI would be. All right, so for 1 unit that cost us $435, and then I'm spending electricity and a location fee for 1 year based on 7 HNTs mined per day. 1 year profit's going to be somewhere in the range of $4,851 for 1 unit, and our ROI for that would be 33 days. Okay, so then you add And this would be an area where you would have, connection with other units, right? Because if you're in an area where there aren't other units, you need to buy more than one, so that they can satisfy all the other reward factors for managing the hotspot for the Helium network. So just keeping your unit up and running and having it actually connect and getting proof of coverage credits, witness credits, and so on, you would probably do better with more than one unit. And that's what I've kind of been proposing all along here, is that if you're gonna get into this, you need to buy 3 units. That's my opinion, at least. And so at 3 units, with a total investment of $1,305, that includes antennas, brackets, and extra cables and so on. $1,305 would be a 8 dBi antenna, and that would be an antenna that gets you up in the air with great coverage. You're going to be seeing the same ROI on it, right? But you're going to be seeing an annual profit of somewhere in the range of $14,555. If you're going to do what we've done, which is to buy 10 units, actually we'll have 18, but just for the sake of discussion, we're going to have 10 units online. Annual profit's going to be for those 10 units somewhere in the range of $48,000, and that's our estimation. Now, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm none of those things. These are just my opinions, so take this for what it's worth. Hey, if you want to get a copy of this spreadsheet, why don't you come on over to heliumstreet.com, and we'll make sure that we have that in there for you to download easily. You can use that to kind of plan your plan of attack, if you will. So again, this is Mike from Helium Street, and please come back, like, share, and comment, please. But I think we'll all do well getting in on this helium mining opportunity early. So use our affiliate links in the description section of the video, and have a great day.